All right, order of business. Number one, introduction of guests, hearing of citizens or delegates. They want to talk.
I didn't get anything, so no one wants to talk.
All right. No action on number one. Number two, presentations, proclamations, and recognition. Item A, recognition of Amy Natcher for 10 years of service in the finance department. I have a plaque here. It says, City of Tuttle, 10-year service award presented to Amy Natcher, Finance Department. Thank you for your dedication and commitment to the City of Tuttle. August of 2025. Is that your boys sitting next to you? Got your family with you? How much complaining does she do when she gets home? Enough? Are y'all the sounding blocks when she's gets home after a stressful day? No? That's awesome. All right. Well, if you'll come forward, we're going to give you this award and take some pictures. Yeah. You got all the secrets?
I do.
You know they're all body converted? Come on. That one.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Good job.
Keep away from children.
All right. Item 2, introduction of new employees. We have any?
Wendy's upstairs putting some
Julie.
stuff together for later.
I don't know that we have any.
Okay. You said Wendy.
Yes. He meant Julie.
Meant Julie.
Did I say?
Yes.
Did I say
said
You
Wendy.
looked at me and said, yes, I was upstairs.
All right. Item 3, discussion and questions regarding items on the consent docket.
I
Any questions?
don't know if we want to do questions now, but it did have some questions on payroll and claims. Maybe we can vote on that one separate. Is that a possibility?
Well, I'm asking to vote on it separately.
Okay. Yeah, item E. I'll make the motion.
You're
If,
going, what's going on here?
yeah.
You got anything?
No.
All right. If you guys, somebody will make a motion on the consent docket and let's vote on the payroll and claims separate.
I move that we approve items 4A through D, F, and G on the city council consent docket.
Second.
Mr. Say. Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Mr. Watson.
Yes.
Mayor McElroy.
Yes.
Items pass.
Item E.
Item 5.
4E.
Well, but then
Well,
items removed.
okay.
It's fine, yeah.
All right. Sorry. Item 5. I know we're just acknowledging the payroll and claims, but as long as Cowan Group is on there being paid, I'm voting no from here on out. I want them gone. They are not looking out for the best interest of the city. And I'm going to keep voting no as long as they're on there. Need a motion on item 4E.
I move that we approve items 4E, which is the receipt of payroll and claims.
Did you second?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
You got to tell her.
Yes. Mr. Say,
So I got that look.
Mr. Hughes,
Yes.
Mr. Watson,
Yes.
Mayor McElroy. Item passes.
Item 6, information and reports. Item A, city manager and department reports. Aaron, you got the microphone in front of you, so you get to start.
So I do have a couple things I just wanted to touch on the monthly report. The first one, Dana and I had a meeting with ODOT here on the 12th. And the discussion was related to a traffic signal on Highway 4. We've talked for some time about a potential traffic signal at Tyler and Highway 4, among other places, but they specifically did a study for the Tyler and Highway 4 intersection. And this is the first time that the study came back with traffic count numbers that does in fact warrant a signal at Tyler and Highway 4. So that's good. We visited for quite a while, and essentially what that means is that we would need to kind of, if that's something, here. So in the past, we've always talked this being a cost share type of a situation where it was like a 75-25% cost split. ODOT paying 75% of the total cost of the traffic signal installation and the city paying 25%. That is no longer on the board anymore. So it changes things for us some. My understanding is that just, in the new political scheme of things, a lot of federal grant dollars that they were used to receiving or have been pulled back. And so they're no longer participating in a cost share type basis on those traffic signals. What they will do is they will do the engineering and the design, but the city would be 100% responsible for the cost of the installation to a contractor. So what?
Huh.
Yeah, I know
That changes some
that
other
changes
things we talked about.
a lot of things. So kind of specifically, we asked them, what is their just general estimate for this particular signal? And they're also saying at this particular site that they don't feel like the traffic count warrants, in their mind, any significant upgrades yet to Tyler on either side of the highway. In other words, it could just be what they kind of call a simple traffic signal. So wouldn't have to widen lanes, do turning lanes, things like that. That might happen in the future down the road, 10 years down the road or so. But for right now,
No, but the signal itself needs to be put in a place where the street can be wide.
Right.
it would have to be, yeah. And that would be taken under consideration. But so ballpark number to put a signal out there right now is around 500,000 is what they're telling us. It's about a 2 to 3 year time frame from the time that design is the trigger is pulled on the design until the actual installation of the traffic signal. There isn't originally they told us there would be like an upfront obligation where we'd have to kind of obligate a certain amount of money just to kind of get that process started. And I got an email from them the other day that they aren't requesting that. They would just request the city giving them the okay to do a draft agreement, and then we would bring that to you and let you look at that. And then that's something that we don't have to commit to anything right now today, but I think it would be wise to go ahead and do the draft agreement so we kind of be looking at what we're looking at, and then be talking about future budget planning to maybe be able to pull that off in the next few years. It is something we could still probably do. We wouldn't. Fortunately, it will take 3 years to get to the end point where we'd be installing it. So we could be doing some budget preparation over the next 3-4 years, however long we would need to get things financially in a place where we could pull that off. But I wanted to share that with you. It's good news that they finally, are warranting a signal there. The bad news is that they're not going to contribute in the installation of it, just the design and engineering. So we wanted to share that with you.
Used to be what we had to do was the engineering and design. And
Yeah.
then we paid 25% of the cost.
Correct. Yeah. So we will probably have them go ahead and put together a draft agreement, and then we'll bring that back to you and let you look at that and kind of talk more about it once we have that in our hands. That would help with some, well, another thing that we're hoping to do next year is to set aside some budget money for upgrading the current signal at 37 and 4. That's a very old technology. It works off of single cameras on each lane or each route. It's not very dependable, and you can't really time it well. So potentially with a traffic signal at Tyler and then some new technology upgrades to the one at 37 and 4, I think we could really see a significant improvement just in the traffic flow through that whole intersection. So we're looking at that as well. The only other thing I was going to touch on is,
What you're saying is if we upgraded that, we can no longer have a green light or a green arrow when no one's actually in that lane turning.
it would significantly help with that. Yeah. The other thing it
So
does
annoying.
is that new technology gives us the ability to actually in real time see it from my desktop. So I could manipulate it, change it, troubleshoot right from my desk instead of driving 6 miles out there every time I get a phone call that something's not working right.
And then you're going to get the app and you're never going to sit in a red light again.
Green. Yeah. Yeah. The only other thing I was going to share that's really kind of exciting for us, and thank you to Broadband for helping us do this, but we have 6 lift stations out there right now. Our sewer lift stations are pretty demanding on us. Small department, they require a lot of mechanical effort to keep them running right, and they don't work right all the time. And when they don't work right, bad things really happen. So we're taking fiber to each one of our lift stations, and we've already got the software set up. We've got it to, Jeremy, how many do we have so far? Just one set up right now? Okay. But it's been amazing just to see the amount of information that's giving us on the one that's hooked up. I bet probably 3 or 4 times we've been able to see the problem days before it actually happened and go out and troubleshoot it and turn what would have been a very expensive repair cost into a real insignificant repair cost. So we're using our technology everywhere we can. And that's all I have.
But just out of curiosity, you see this on TV, and I'm sure our first responders would appreciate this. Would that technology allow the light to turn green for the ambulances and the fire trucks and the police cars? I cringe every time I see one of them having to go through an intersection that's red.
Yeah, I'll have to double check on that.
Especially when you see the cars that like to ramp across Highway 37.
Yeah, I don't know, and Will might know if there's
On
are
TV, I don't know if it's real or not.
our units equipped with that at all right now? You know,
All of the ambulances have the system on the trucks called Opticon. All the ambulances have that because that is a state statute that we have to have that in place. We just don't have the receiving equipment on the actual pole.
At the
Yeah.
lights.
At the light.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't know what the cost is off the top of my head. I know the reason we didn't do it when we started having to put these on the trucks was cost.
So when you get to Tri-City, they work, but just not here.
Correct.
So we've got half the equipment.
Yes.
well, we'll check into that too and see if it's, part of that package or if that's something we would have to have in addition to this new technology. I don't have anything else unless you have some questions.
I do have a question, but it's your report about broadband. So maybe it's you and Jeremy, but
Probably.
I noticed I was going through the numbers and it said we had, and Dana, maybe you can chime in on this. We had like $1.8 million in revenue so far this year? And
1.6 or 8, I can't remember. Yeah.
okay, and then and then almost the exact amount in expenses. There's
Yeah.
a $600 difference.
Yeah.
How are we so tight? I mean, that leaves absolutely no money in reserve for.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I meant to dig a little deeper into that with Jeremy, but I think this is the first month that I've seen where we weren't right side up.
No, because I pointed it out.
Side up.
Was there?
But it's, $600 on 1.6 or 1.
a lot of materials for Hollow.
Last month it was lower.
Yeah, that it's generally that's what would cause that is a pretty significant materials purchase, for that particular month that would pull that down. And we did. We purchased pretty much everything that we would need for Hollowbrook.
It should account for pretty much everything now.
Yeah, I think so. hmm
So the expense should stay the same for the rest of the year.
I would think it would be pretty close. I'm not anticipating any other purchases like that.
All right, all I got. Chief Club.
Our new animal welfare officer is back from training. So we're glad she's back because we were busy. Pardon me?
Did you pass?
Yeah, she passed, but we were busy while she was gone with animal calls. The truck is in that we bought, the used truck. Public Works moved the cage over for it. Even our assistant city manager came over and helped get that all arranged for us. I got to get the radio put in it and the decals on it, and it should be good to go. That's all I have.
I have 3 grants I just finalized and submitted. One was for the HM 4776 for the siren system. The other 2 grants are for the fire service for well-needed supplies. Hopefully they get approved. And this week actually, we received the payment from the ARPA grant for $150,000 and change to finish the payments on those SCBAs for the fire service. So things are moving forward. It's grant season, so anything I can get my hands on them right.
To, I guess, finish off the conversation about the Opticon, the traffic signal for EMS, I believe the Sarah Road light has that on there. It does change when we go through that, but Highway 4 and Cimarron do not. But further than that, so we did our round of interviews. We've chosen 3. I've sent them to test for the pension fiscal so they can get into the Oklahoma State pension. I'm just waiting on results. I have potential start dates for our 3 new hires, though. So that's a positive. And October 14th, it's a Tuesday, we will be hosting the open house at the fire department again. So unless you guys have any more
Chili
questions.
cook-off?
We're
No.
no, the union guys back there are shaking their head no. So okay.
Golf tournament. It's Thursday. Austin's golfing in it. I have some spots open if anybody else likes to golf. Also, the State of the City luncheon will be here at City Hall on the 24th of September. That'll be a nice luncheon where we kind of talk about to the businesses and people in attendance, kind of what's going on, what's been going on, what's the future look like.
What time does that start?
It starts at noon.
They're pretty good.
It's on the 24th, yes. And then the circus is going to set up on September 27th. It's a Saturday. It's the first time we've got a Saturday, so I'm excited about that. I love working weekends. And then, so that should be fun. Everybody always seems to love that. And then just a date for y'all to keep in mind, October 28th, it's a Tuesday, is our chamber banquet and auction. And so I would like for all of you to attend if possible. Thank you. One more thing. We sold all the street banners downtown in like 2 days for the Christmas time. So it'll be a new one this year. So I'm excited about that.
Home for the Holidays is December the 4th. So make sure you guys put that on your calendar. I've started getting applications for vendors already. We had a blood drive last week, and I got my kind of my recap from that blood drive. We had 40. We've been averaging about 40, between 35 and 45 people at each blood drive, which is great. Those 40 that showed up, I think 32 were actually able to donate blood. And in my recap, it said that that impacted 75 lives. We sent blood to Oklahoma hospitals, to Arkansas, and then one hospital in Texas out of the blood that we took on Thursday. Since we've started the blood drives at the city, our year to date, what they call life-saving number, is 4,698 lives. So it's when you say it out loud, that's a ton of people that true people in Tuttle have helped save. So that's all I got.
Awesome.
I don't have anything to add to the report as far as our new construction was up a little bit. On a positive note, I think our online complaint only received one, I think, for September. So that's down, which is good. Means we're hopefully catching it before they have to complain. So,
When you say online
yeah, what is
complaints,
that?
please elaborate.
there's online, if someone has a like high grass complaint, they can go online and do an anonymous, say, hey, person at this address, grass is high or car parked in the yard, whatever it is. They can complain online, and it comes to Dana and myself, and that's when we go out and check it, and if we need to leave a sticker or, a warning on the door, we do. So I think I only had one last month, so that's pretty good. Usually there's 3 or 4, and then we have our normal phone calls, but we get out and take care of those still.
So if I get mad at Dana, I can
You can
submit
do it
a bunch of
anonymously and
anonymous complaints
No,
about
no.
him somehow
Yeah.
or another.
just don't sign your name. But yeah, so I think it's pretty good. Like I said, last month, the code officer, he's really getting into it as far as he likes to see, people, when he leaves the notice, they take care of it, and it kind of rewards the job. That he's doing a good job. So I think so. That's all I had.
So we've done a lot of interviews. As Will mentioned, we have hired 3 new firefighters, waiting on them to pass everything and start. And then we had 3 public works positions. 2 were advertised. The other kind of came about. So we have 2 people coming in to start those positions, and we're still looking for a third. We got ghosted by the person that was supposed to come. So we're back to square one there. Outside of that, we've started budgeting, started the process for budgeting, looking at projections. And then of course we have our first round of union contract negotiations starting tonight.
Jeremy, you got anything? Okay. Wendy, you got anything?
The only thing, we had a library meeting last week, and we have a new board member. We had one board member, her term was over, and she decided to resign, just, I think, health issues. So we had a new member last week, so that board's full. We talked about budget for the library. And the only other thing, Historical Society has calendars for 2026 for sale for a fundraiser. So I will I only have a few in my office, but I'll try to bring some up here so we can support that
much are
organization. $15. They have some awesome pictures, and we've got the QR code on it. So where you look, use your phone, and it gives you a big history of what the picture's all about. So they're really nice. It turned out really well.
Good.
That's all I have.
David, you got anything?
Not tonight.
Dana, last but not least.
Working with Don pretty closely right now on a REAP grant. We brought that to council a while back that we want to make application. It looks like we'll apply for some items that will complete the Station 2 project that might not be funded or where we might not have enough funding from the 522 board. probably going to be the parking lot, the approaches and so forth on there that can support the larger trucks, which came in pretty high. The others, Julie mentioned, we're working on the budget. We've got our capital items in, and so we'll start bringing that to you for review. And so this kind of kicks that off. We've been really working pretty hard on the numbers right now. That's it.
I have one addition that I forgot to mention, and that is the Columbarium. I got an email today that is supposed to be delivered on the 22nd of this month. So, forward to having that here soon.
Is it going to be delivered all in one piece? Or does that have to be assembled and put together? I think it'd be heavy.
It'll have to be assembled. Doric is the name of the company that we purchased the Columbarium from, Central Vault, which we use all the time. in the
Mhm.
cemetery. They will be the ones that will actually be. So what we paid for, what we paid for included Central Vault to handle offloading, setting it up, settling it, whatever's got to be done to have it ready for us to start.
Mhm. And we will be, that's another thing, we're working on numbers now, trying to figure out what are we going to sell those for. So we'll be bringing that back too. So you guys can help us make a decision on that.
Okay. Anybody else?
I got a few things. Big thank you. I know Aaron was involved with this. I'm sure Dana was too, for the Prairie Hills light issue, getting that solved so quickly. There was some stuff going on with the street lights. A citizen brought it up. They took care of it in like a day, 2 days. So awesome. Firefighters showing up at the ECC. The kids love that. That's huge. Keep doing that if and when we can. That's really cool. Jeremy, any news on the grant or reduced pricing on fiber for lower income stuff that we talked about?
So, yes. So,
You said you didn't have anything outside the report.
he's not ready to present it.
Ah,
He's in preliminary facts.
Okay.
So they do have one through the Human Services, Oklahoma
Oklahoma
Department
Health
of
and Human
Human
Services?
Services.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not really a grant. It's
We turn in the
they-
receipts.
They have to
reimburse us.
apply for it through them. So
Okay, so it's
it's not
already
even
ready to
us. Yeah.
go. I think some advertising is in order then.
Okay.
However we do that, whether it's on social media, whether it's in our newsletter, that is huge. I mean, if that is available, I guarantee you nobody knows about it.
Right.
We didn't know about it.
Well, and it's certain levels of income too.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And they have to apply through that. But if they
Yep.
can do that and then get approved for it, boom, we just
Yep.
unlocked however many customers.
Yeah, I mean, some of the criteria for that.
I know.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So,
And not only that, provided a service for our citizens.
Right.
So that's
Yep.
that's huge.
yep.
So okay,
So,
awesome.
yep.
Thanks for
I've been
looking into
working on
that. I would like some kind of communication piece going out on that one.
Okay.
And
Send out the next newsletter.
perfect. Thank you. And the last thing I have, where are we on that additional 0.25% on the interest bearing accounts?
I met with, we'll have something to the council at the next meeting on
Okay.
that. Yeah, that's, the way we discussed it, it's probably going to come in a little bit earlier than what we would do for even rate increases, but we want to get that in there right now. So we'll have a resolution, I think, in discussing how it should be worded and so forth. So we'll have it.
Perfect. That's all I had.
Are you anything to report?
No.
There you go.
All right. I have nothing to add. All right. Item 7, community development. Item A, discussion consideration of possible action, including but not limited to approval, denial, amendment, revision, or conditional approval in whole or in part of PC 2025-15 special use review for Heine Wine and Spirits new store location.
This is, like I said, for the Heine Winey. for the Heine Wine Liquor Store, moving locations to 2418 Highway 37. In our code, it's zone C5. It's just for city council review to approve. We took it for planning commission last week. They approved 4-0 for that. So owner Heine Wine Carrie's here. If any questions for her or me on moving locations?
I mean, I assume y'all went through all the whole process with the, the setbacks from the school, or I know there's
Right.
nothing there, but.
Correct. And there used to be a medical marijuana
Right.
place there too. So
Right
yeah,
there.
yeah. So in the same shopping center deal there. So
Yeah.
it
They
made
not be in
medical-
the same shopping center?
No,
It-
it's the same rules.
yeah, same
So,
rules,
we're close
distance
to it.
within schools and churches and things. So yeah, everything fell into place. It was just like I said for review for city council.
You have anything you want to ask? I have a couple of questions, but not really for you, more for David and possibly Dana. If liquor stores are something that we allow in our city, why do we have to have a use on review? This seems silly. I mean, if we allow it in the C5 zoning, which is what that is, and our rules are not any more strict than the Able Commission, why do we have to do this? This seems stupid and ridiculous and a waste of time.
You know, that's something that varies from municipality to municipality. And sometime in the past, the Tuttle City Council decided that they wanted use on reviews for liquor stores. You can do away with that. Staff still has to go through and make sure that there's compliance with the setbacks, the zoning, the distances and so forth. But you can change your code to do away with the use on review for liquor stores if you so choose to.
I don't see a point in it.
Our code is contradictory, to say the least. We've got use permitted on reviews and we have special use permits, which are the same thing. So we got to eliminate the use permitted on review from my standpoint, which included liquor stores. There's a few other things in there that probably don't need to be in there either. I think and David and I talked about it, we think that when that was discussed, and it's probably been a long time ago, it just was never removed. It's still codified and was not officially taken out. So when this application came up, we really it was in the code. So we had to follow it. I think what we're going to do is take it to the planning commission after we review it to see if we can kind of work together on that special use permit and use permitted on review if there are some things that need to be in there.
And one thing to remember on that, you've got terminology that is basically the same thing. You can eliminate one of those, but if you still have a liquor store having a use on review or a special use permit, you may want to eliminate that in addition to, in other words, take liquor stores out of the requirement that it has to have either one. So it's a two-step process. One is making sure that your special use permit, your use on review, merge that and just use one of those terms, and then look at the uses that are subject to that. And if you want, just in the past, the city council had determined years ago that they want to know where liquor stores they want it where liquor stores do not have a right of location just because of zoning. It has to be zoned a certain classification and there is a specific use on it. But that maybe he's talking 1950, 1960 mindset, and that isn't really something that you really have to do anymore. And didn't ever have to do it, but they wanted to.
So what are we reviewing?
Or use permitted on review.
Yeah.
Just the location more or less, I think.
Yeah.
Which we know that it fits. So but it was just like I said, it was in our code, had a R on it, so it's review instead of an S for
Yeah,
specific
so,
use.
so y'all have.
So I had to bring it to council, and that was just,
Use permitted on
do
review,
we change it?
from my experience, is the same as the specific use permit.
Mhm.
Same review. Now, specific use permit, there's some specifics on what that review is. A use permitted on review is for a use that is, it's not typical. It's maybe more intensive of a use in a zoning district, like a daycare in a residential area. There's some requirements to have that happen.
This ain't even
But
close.
it's a use permitted on review, so it's an extra step. Same as with the liquor. It just.
But we allow it in C5. I mean, that's where we allow it is C5. And this is zone C5.
Yes, but it still has to meet the requirements of the Able Commission and the distance.
But we aren't the Able Commission.
No, but it still has, yes, it supersedes, but you still look at that from a standpoint of administratively, we make sure that there's the distances there, because what we have found during the medical marijuana implementation, there were a lot of entities that said they qualified. They reported that to the medical marijuana, and they weren't really qualifying. But that's not something that needs to come before the council.
That's what I was just thinking. Say
Let's take-
staff can review that. And if they meet the 500 feet or 1,000 feet
Yeah.
requirement or whatever those numbers are, that's not something we need
right.
to be, because we're not going to know those answers anyways.
That's right. And what the mindset has been is the city council and planning commission, they have said, okay, you've got to be zoned, you've got to be a certain distance, but we still want to look at it to make sure that it's an area where we want it. And you can eliminate that third prong of that test, but it takes a code of changing your code.
So we'll make a motion. Let's get this. done.
Yeah, I move we approve item 7A.
Second.
Mr. Say,
Yes.
Mr. Hughes,
Yes.
Mr. Watson,
Yes.
Mayor McElroy,
Yes.
item passes.
And I'm sorry you had to go through this. This is ridiculous.
I appreciate that. But yeah, we're about to be close.
Walking distance now.
All right. Can we get this fixed?
Huh?
Can we get this fixed?
Yeah.
This is a temporary, right?
Yes.
So let's get this fixed so she don't have to do this again for the new location. All right.
I've got a few employees with no jobs right now.
Okay. I'm sorry. All right. Item 8, general government. Item A, discussion consideration possible action, including but not limited